Oren is a terrifying creature, as if born from the depths of darkness. Its body resembles a shadow, and instead of a face, it bears countless glowing red eyes. These eyes gaze at everything around, seeming to pierce through and uncover even the most hidden truths. They glow as if feeding on fear. From its body protrude sharp, jagged appendages, resembling broken claws or tattered wings. Oren moves silently and slowly, yet an aura of cold and unease surrounds it. It doesn't just look at you, it sees your deepest, most secret fears. Though it remains silent, its gaze says everything. Oren is like a living nightmare, ready to pull you into its eternal darkness. Raddy is a grim and haunting sentinel, as if born from the darkest nightmares. Its body is a chilling fusion of metal and something alive, exuding a cold, menacing aura. A single glowing red eye pierces through the darkness, its gaze sending shivers down your spine. Its thin, sharp limbs resemble claws, ready to tear apart anything in their path. Metallic parts creak and clang like chains, adding an ominous tone to its presence. A red glow emanates from within, as though molten lava courses through its core. Each step is accompanied by a strange hum, like a forewarning of impending doom. Raddy is the embodiment of darkness and fear. Where it appears, the end begins, and light dares not follow. OWAKCX is a terrifying and nightmarish figure, as if pulled straight from the depths of a bad dream. Its green eyes glimmer in the darkness, cold and lifeless, while bloody tears stream down its face, hinting at either suffering or a desire to inflict pain. Sharp, mechanical teeth jut from its gaping maw, poised to shred anything in their path. Its metallic body, resembling a broken spring, creaks with every movement, creating a haunting, discordant melody. A jagged crown atop its head serves as a symbol of the chaos it brings, amplifying its menacing presence. OWAKCX embodies chaos and fear, a living nightmare from which there is no escape. Its mere existence promises dread and destruction. Pinki looks like a character straight out of a terrifying nightmare. Above her head hovers a dark heart, as if it were a trophy she proudly bears. This heart appears alive, pulsing with some ominous force. Her body is thin and elongated, entirely cloaked in red, making her all the more unsettling. It's as if she has absorbed all the pain and fears around her. Strange, curved structures on her head, resembling claws or spikes, add to her menacing appearance. Pinki seems to be forged from darkness and loneliness. Her presence is chilling, evoking an unease that reminds you of the deepest fears hidden within. She is the embodiment of dread, a shadow of anguish that lingers long after she's gone. Its body is composed of unnatural, jagged lines, merging with shadows and crimson liquid. Its face is concealed behind a massive red grin, as if carved from shards of glass. The eyes are round, deep, and empty, yet within them burns something dark and menacing, like fear trapped inside. Its sharp angles and dark purple hues seem to have a life of their own, piercing the space around it. There is something spider-like and fractured in its movements, as if every appearance is an act of agony. Durple feels like a demon from a forgotten world where chaos and suffering reign supreme. Brud is a grim and terrifying creature. It has a single crimson eye that seems to peer directly into the soul. Atop its head rests a dark, metallic helmet, marred with rough scratches resembling strange symbols. From its maw protrudes a red appendage, resembling a tongue, that appears almost alive. Its body is dark and twisted, as though broken, wrapped in strange bands that look like static from a television screen. Brud moves slowly, but every movement instills dread. It feels as if it emerged from the darkness to claim your deepest fears. Sky is a dark and terrifying figure, as if born from a living nightmare. His bright, hollow eyes feel icy and soulless, staring into the void. His entire body is marked with crimson wounds, from which sharp, jagged rods protrude. He looks as though he has endured something unspeakable and emerged from the depths of darkness. The red liquid that stains him resembles remnants of a life long lost. His footsteps echo with the screech of metal, filling the air with unease. When Sky appears, the atmosphere grows cold and oppressive, as though the darkness itself envelops everything around. His gaze pierces straight into your soul, leaving the haunting impression that light and hope have vanished. Sky brings with him a horror that lingers long after he's gone. Who do you think is more awful? You can vote for your idol. If in your opinion Oren is scarier and more horrible, put a like. Subscribe to the channel if your idol is Durple. Vote while we're still alive. Hurry up, we don't have much time. Its dark body, resembling metal or coal, radiates cold and gloom. Enormous, hollow eyes glow with a bloody light, like portals to another world. From its maw, twisted into a devilish grin, streams of crimson liquid drip, as if it has feasted on someone's deepest fears. Its wings, sharp and tattered, seem to collapse upon its prey, enveloping them in darkness. This creature awakens primal terror, as though it is the very embodiment of malice, craving destruction and chaos. Its presence brings cold, whispers and shadows that creep ever closer, leaving nothing but fear and emptiness in their wake. Jevin is a dark and terrifying spirit. Its eyes glow crimson and violet, as if piercing straight into your soul. Its body is a shadowy mass, with sharp beams of light protruding from within, as though something inside is trying to break free. It moves silently and smoothly, almost gliding through the air, leaving behind a chilling sense of emptiness. Jevin does not speak. It emits a strange hum, like an echo in the darkness. Its presence pulls everything into shadow, as if even light is too afraid to linger near. This being serves as a haunting reminder that darkness is always close by. Wenda is a strange and eerie creature, her dark silhouette resembling a figure from a haunting nightmare. She has one large, unblinking eye that seems to stare straight into your soul, as though it could consume everything within. Her face is almost entirely hidden behind a black mask, amplifying her terrifying presence. Sharp, angular protrusions jut from her head, resembling ears or spikes, adding to her unsettling appearance. A long, sinuous neck twists and coils, making her movements serpentine, like a predator searching for prey. Every step or glance she takes is silent, yet filled with an unspoken menace, as if danger follows her like a shadow. The air grows colder in her presence, as though death itself lingers nearby. Wenda is the embodiment of a primal fear, the terror of the incomprehensible. Mr.Tree is a grim and eerie being. His body resembles an old tree, dark and cracked. Instead of a face, he has a large slit resembling a single eye that seems to see everything. His head is round, like an aged tree stump, with crooked lines that look strange and unsettling. Deep fissures cover his body, as if etched with scars from countless ages. Being near him stirs an uneasy feeling, as though he harbors something ancient and sinister. His presence is haunting, as if he has stepped out of a dark fairy tale to remind us that evil is always close by. Mr. Fun Computer is a broken, distorted fragment of technology steeped in darkness. Its cracked screen glows with blood-red letters spelling, "Run!" a warning of something dreadful lurking within. The keyboard is rusted, its keys seeming to press themselves, whispering ancient, ominous codes. It sits atop an old desk, from beneath which extends a strange, black, serpent-like cable. The cable pulses like a living thing, emitting a faint, eerie glow. The room is silent, but as you draw closer, the air fills with the sound of metallic scraping and electrical interference. This is no ordinary machine. It feels alive, a harbinger of fear, as though its presence alone threatens to consume reality itself. Simon looks like a creature straight out of a nightmare. He has only one eye, and it stares as if it can see straight through you. His mouth is enormous, filled with sharp teeth, with long red spikes protruding from his maw like deadly traps. His dark green skin makes him look as if he dwells in shadowy places where no light ever reaches. Sharp spikes jut from his head, resembling the wild horns of a feral beast. Everything about his appearance screams danger. He moves slowly, but there's something terrifying in that pace, as though he knows you won't be able to escape. Simon isn't just a monster. He's the embodiment of fear, the kind you can't outrun or hide from. Its face is a lifeless mask stained with red smears, and its eyes seem replaced by voids. From its mouth stretches a ghastly grin, exposing jagged teeth, as if it's the final snarl before an attack. Torn edges crown its head, dripping crimson like the aftermath of a brutal battle. Garnold's body is mangled, with a gaping hole in its chest resembling open wounds that can never heal. It doesn't merely inspire fear. It was made to embody it. Its dark, empty eyes follow your every move, and its presence makes your heart freeze. This is not just a creature. It's the manifestation of terror, relentlessly haunting you until the very end. Which story did you like better? Vote in the comments. Each story is marked with an emoji. Just pick one and write your emoji in the comments. Hurry up, I'm waiting. Tunner is a sinister and eerie figure born from darkness. His hollow black eyes seem to pierce straight into your soul, leaving behind a chilling sense of fear. Traces of blood streak across his face, as if he emerged from a place filled with pain and horror. Perched atop his head is an old bowler hat, looking as though it once belonged to someone else, a grim trophy of his past. His silhouette is bathed in a menacing red glow, and being near him fills you with a deep, unshakable dread. Blood drips from his face, as if he recently carried out something unspeakable. Tunner is the embodiment of nightmares, stepping out of the shadows as a reminder that there's no escape from him. Vineria looks like a being crafted from nightmares. A black hood rests upon her head, adorned with eye-like appendages that resemble frozen tendrils, gazing into the void. From beneath the hood pours a dense darkness, as though she embodies the night itself. Her glowing green eyes shine brightly, as if they pierce into the souls of others, unveiling their deepest, darkest secrets long. Vine-like tendrils with sinister leaves dangle from the sides of her hood, appearing toxic and alive. Black and red orbs hover around her, seeming to guard her while radiating an aura of imminent threat. Vineria is the embodiment of fear and doom. Her mere presence is haunting,
and her gaze sends chills down your spine. She seems to silently proclaim, "I have come for your light."
And she is not just a character, she is a living nightmare. Its body is dark and metallic, like that of a broken robot. Instead of a face, there's a large screen with red scratches resembling claw marks. Its antennas stick out like those of a strange creature, and all its movements feel cold and lifeless. The signs of destruction are visible across its frame, as if it has been through a place of utter chaos. The entire figure seems detached from humanity, with unnatural proportions and a grim aura. Its body bears the marks of having traversed ruin, leaving behind only whispers and dread. When it appears, the air grows still and eerie, as if something terrible is about to happen. Funbot is not cheerful, but dark and menacing, like a nightmare brought to life. Clukr is a creature that terrifies at first glance. Its body resembles a fractured shell, from which something akin to red liquid seeps. These crimson streaks create the impression that it is either in constant pain or has just survived a horrifying battle. At the center of its form gapes a black void, like a bottomless chasm, seemingly absorbing everything around it. Each of its movements is sharp and frantic, like a being that knows no rest. It seems ready to lunge at anyone who dares to cross its path. Clukr feels as though it has emerged from the darkest corners of the world. Its presence is pure darkness, an inescapable shadow. His face is black as coal, marked by crimson cracks, with a single glowing red eye at its center. That eye seems alive, piercing through you, evoking a chilling fear. Surrounding his head are sharp rays resembling blades, glowing with a dark red light, as if ready to cut through the air. Atop his head is something like a hat or carapace, concealing his true form. Being near him warps the atmosphere. Silence grows heavier. A cold seeps in, and an overwhelming sense of impending dread takes hold. Mr.Sun terrifies with his ominous appearance and eerie silence, as though he is the embodiment of a living nightmare. His silhouette resembles a terrifying figure from a nightmare. The rounded shape of the head with sharp horns seems to embody menace. A narrow stripe across the chest, reminiscent of a cold metallic emblem, adds an air of mystery, as if this character is a being from another realm. Its pitch-black form appears to devour light, creating an aura of uncertainty and fear. Its thin, elongated elements resemble shreds of shadow, ready to engulf anyone who dares to come closer. This figure seems crafted to evoke primal dread and unease. It seems as though this character brings chaos and darkness, leaving behind only silence and cold.
Did you like the show? Put a like